Hi everyone, it's me, Jen from EmJustLikeYou, and today's video is going to be a little bit more chill, more non-beauty related. It's going to be an updated video on how my life is after pharmacy school. I had a lot of requests from every social media I have, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere. You guys want to know more about how my life is and how am I liking pharmacy after graduating pharmacy school. So I graduated in 2015. It is now 2017. I cannot believe it's been 2 years. Time does go a lot faster when you're working, and I have to say I am gradually liking it a lot more than I first graduated. So let's start out. After I graduated, you get a few months to kind of just chill. I think like a month or two before you have to start working. So you've already gotten a job offer. So before you graduate is when you do your interviews, and that's when you actually find a job that you feel is most suitable for you, where you work, location, and just job wise. So I am a retail pharmacist, which means I work in the community setting where come up to the pharmacy, drop off their prescription, and get their prescription from me. So when I graduated, I had a month off. I went to Disney World and everything, and then afterwards I had to study for my NAPLEX, which is the boards that you have to pass in order to get your license. Now there are two boards. One is going to be more clinical based. It's going to ask you questions that has to do with everything that you've learned in pharmacy, and then the second test is the law test. It has nothing to do with the things you learn in pharmacy, nothing clinical really. It's all about what type of regulation your state has. So NAPLEX is the boards that everyone takes in the United States, and then the law test is actually specific to the state that you're going to be practicing in. So after you pass that, which is the most hard test, it's the hardest test you'll ever take in your whole entire life, just because you feel like your job is on the line, you just graduated, and it's just a lot of pressure. But I'm telling you guys, as long as you study, you will be fine. I studied every single day for like a month and a half, and I did fine. So that was that. And then working was really different. I feel like with working, you know, you're brand new from school, you learn all these clinical things, you know that these guidelines are expecting you to give a patient a certain medication, and that you would never use another medication in the same category, or you would never give them this medication with this medication. But in real life, it's so different. Real life is more about experience. It's not about the books. So it was a different transition for me, because I had to kind of let go of all the things I learned in school and kind of adapt to the things that they do in real life. So it's kind of hard, I feel like, being at my age when I graduated. I was 26, being short, little petite Asian, and being in a position where I am the manager. When you're a pharmacist and you're working in the pharmacy, you are the manager of the whole entire pharmacy. So every little question any customer has, you have to answer it, because it's clinical based and your technicians are not trained in order to answer those questions. When there's a problem with the return, when there's a problem of the wrong medication, when there's a problem where a person is not satisfied, you're the one who has to step in and deal with the situation. So I feel like you learn a lot of leadership skills as well as problem solving skills. And it's really hard, because I feel like there are really experienced technicians out there that are going to help you, and there are some that are older than you, and it's hard for them to accept that you're younger, and it's hard to kind of build your stand. Does that make sense? So that was very difficult for me in the beginning, to kind of let people see my intentions and where I come from, like what I want my store to do, or you know, but at the same time you're asking for help because you're new. It's just a really complicated first start. You know, you're their boss, but at the same time you're asking for help because you don't really know. So it's a struggle, but as long as you're genuine, as long as you're sincere about, you know, your job and, you know, how you treat others, I feel like in the end people will see your true intentions, and then they will understand. But it was hard. At first I started floating, meaning I went from different stores every single day to be an extra help, and then whenever someone was on vacation, someone was on sick leave, that's when I would go to a certain store. So that was really hard as well, because I am constantly dealing with new technicians, new pharmacists, new customers in a new environment where every store does it differently. A lot of my friends actually like floating or like being the type of pharmacist that doesn't have their own store, because they feel like they can just work and learn new things from different people, but at the same time they don't have the stress of, you know, trying to keep up with whatever that it may be, like paperwork, or it could be just caring more because it's your store and building up your the amount of patients you have and dealing with inventory and certain things like that. Well, after a couple of months, I think in November is when I actually became a partner in a store and I got my own store. That was different. It was really hard at first to kind of learn all of the things that I need to worry about, customer service and everything, and starting to learn people, you know. And then when you're in a new environment and people are used to another pharmacist there, they're not gonna be that friendly and they're not gonna be as understanding when you make a mistake. So it was different, and I felt like I was a lot slower at the beginning because I didn't really know how to work things. And but let me tell you, flash forward to now, I would have to say picking between being a floater and being a staff pharmacist where I have my own store, I love it. I love the fact that I know literally 95% of my customers. We do around 300 to 400 a day, which is kind of a busy store for a pharmacy that's located inside a grocery store. I love the fact that I can communicate with my customers on an everyday basis where I can say, hey, I knew that you just went on that, you know, birth control. How are you doing on that? Any side effects? Or I can say, oh, you just had surgery, you know, how did it go? Or, oh, your daughter just had a baby. So I feel like that relationship really helps me out. It makes my day go by faster. It makes my day feel more fulfilled and meaningful. So I really, really enjoy having my own store, and I enjoy having my technicians that I know, and I know like their quirks. I know if they're good in one spot or they're not as great in the other, and we kind of help build each other up. It's like a family, and I really, really enjoy it. The best part about retail pharmacy, I feel like for me, if you guys are kind of scared because you hear a lot of people say, oh, it's crazy. It is. It's a fast-paced place, but because it's fast-paced, I feel like my day goes by so fast and it makes it fun. I feel like it's like little challenges throughout the day. You hear horror stories that there are customers that are just so mad at the pharmacy and they're so angry all the time, and they are, you know, they're sick, but that is just like maybe a 5 or 3% of the customers, and everyone else is just there to get their medication and you're just doing your job. My favorite part of being a pharmacist is that I am the person that regulates. So I know there are so many rap songs out there that complain about the pharmaceutical companies and pharmaceutical area and doctors that write all of these medications that are easily abused, such as like oxycodone, Percocet, Norco, you know, all the ones that you hear on rap songs where people kind of over abuse it and take advantage. And what happens is people overdose and they will pass away, or something really dramatic may happen. And you know, it's actually the pharmacist's job to be the one who regulates it. Doctors can write 1,000 prescriptions, but if we don't fill it, then we're protecting the customer. If the doctor writes a wrong prescription, which they do every day so much, we here as pharmacists are the ones who are going to help correct it and make sure that it is safe to the customers. So I just feel like my job is fun because I get to be kind of like that regulator. I get to see what I feel like, okay, this person is abusing it, this person's taking it too much, why are they taking it? Or the doctor is not doing a correct job, or anybody. It's just like I feel like I'm the reinforcer, and at the same time I get to be on a level that's different from a doctor in an office, a physician, because I can really sit there and answer any questions face to face. I feel like doctor's office, they're so busy, you know, they're constantly in rotation with new patients. But for me, I feel like I see the same ones and I kind of know their history, what they've tried, what they have, and I can be a better help on a more friendly, face-to-face level. So I really enjoy it. I feel like can't really think much that I would complain. I probably would complain most about is corporate kind of trying to get us to do so much sales and inventory and making sure, but I get it. It's a business after all, you know. If you are a type of person that are already in pharmacy school and you like management, you like leadership, you like a fast pace and very down to earth environment to work in, I think retail is perfect. I like the fast pace. I love the management part of it because I feel like I get to be in control of how I would want to help my customers or run my business. So if you are in that aspect, you're gonna like it. But if you are a type of pharmacist where you feel like you don't like to interact with people very much, you don't feel comfortable speaking a lot, or feel like taking charge, you're probably not gonna like the retail pharmacy environment. You're probably gonna be better in a clinical based area. All right, so I guess the next question would probably be, how is my schedule like? And I really do enjoy my schedule. Having my own store, you have a specific schedule that you know how your day is gonna be, and you know what to expect next Thursday, next Tuesday, next weekend. You can make your plan way in advance because you have a very set out schedule, but at the same time, you can also switch with your partner. It's all about the flexibility. And I feel like when you are a floater, you don't know your schedule. You don't know if you don't know if next week on Monday, you're gonna be 10 to 6 or you're gonna be 9 to 5. I worked for 3 days and then I'm off for a day. I work for 4 days and I'm off for 2 days. And I really enjoy it. Now, I have my friends that are pharmacists in retail that they work 7 days straight and then they're off for 7 days. They work actually, I have another friend that works 3 weeks straight and then gets a week off. It's just kind of like a little crazy for me. I love my schedule. I like having 3 days and then a day off, working 4 days and then off 2 days. I need breaks just because I feel like you become a better pharmacist when you come back because you're rested, you're not overwhelmed, and you're not just like worn out. Also, I work mornings and I work nights. Now, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people say, oh, I hate being a pharmacist because I have to work nights. I like 9 to 5 job. To me, I don't like 9 to 5. I like having the variety because if I am off on a weekday, I get so many things done. I can go to doctor's offices, I can get my hair cut, I can do so many things without being in the crowd at the mall and everything. You know, like in the weekend, I feel like everyone is out. Everyone's at every restaurant and I don't like that. And then, 9 to 5, when are you gonna have a doctor's office? You're gonna have to, book on a weekend, or you're gonna have to ask the day off to go to the doctors, and I wouldn't want that. Also, 9 to 5, you're in traffic. I work 9 to 3 if I work in the morning, and if I work at night, it's 3 to 9 or 1 to 9, which I find great because during the morning, I can do other errands as well as get my day together, go work out, do whatever I need to do, and then work. I do have to work at least one 12-hour shift a week, which I don't mind. At first, I was like, that is a long shift. But to be honest, it's perfect because you are working that whole day, you're pacing yourself, you are in control of how you want things to be run, so you don't feel like you have to rush to make sure you get everything done before your partner comes in, or you don't have to clean after someone. It's just a lot better working all one day by yourself, dealing with it, because I just feel like, I don't know, it's just easier. So anyways, that's just basically some of the basic questions that you guys have asked. I hope you enjoy watching this video with me just letting you know what my update is as a pharmacist in retail and after pharmacy school. If you have any further questions like how to get into pharmacy school, interview questions, or now that you're in pharmacy school, how to study, any questions you may have that I can help, I will try to help you. So leave the comments below. Let me know what you think. If you like some more of these types of videos to be more specific in certain things, let me know. I will be happy to do any type of videos that you guys request. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.